Okay, gonna make a video here as requested, and actually, I don't even know if this is not the way it's supposed to work or the way it's supposed to work. It's weird to me that the manual doesn't describe how complicated this would be if this is the way that it works. There's no mention anywhere, and honestly, I can't find any video that really actually goes into depth with a sequencer. Like they say they do, but they don't actually kind of compare the two sequencers. So maybe I'm I'm wrong. But tell me what you think. I mean, there's no other functioning issues, no buzzing, nothing sounds bad. If it works this way, that makes sense. That's this thing, but it's just really bizarre to me. So we're gonna start by just kind of showing. So I'm gonna switch this to sequence 1 and CV range all the way down and VCO frequency, whatever there. So everything is quantized, you can see that. So, all right, let me show you here what's gonna happen here. Sorry, I don't have a good video set up. Okay, go. Okay, so this is sequence 1. And if I turn this up, obviously like the CV value, the range changes, which would make sense, right? And that's because this is here, that should just be playing there. Let me turn it down. Switch it to here. When I turn this one, that all affects this because this is sequence 2. Is it supposed to work that way? Now the weird thing about this is too, it's the same values on both sides. So if I twist this, nothing's changing because they're the same. Is that supposed to work that way? That this manipulates both of these at the same time with the same exact values? With the same exact range values? It seems very strange to me. Now, turn this back down and turn it all the way to sequence 1. And now we're going to turn the VCO one off and turn VCO 2 on. And now, which maybe it's supposed to work this way, when I turn this, nothing happens. I flip it over, I turn this, nothing happens. When I go back to sequence 1, and then let's go to sequence 2, and I manipulate this, which is interesting. So of course that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's obviously that this is just modifying the ranges on this oscillator. Okay, so but the same thing, switch to sequence 1, but then it's the same values. Isn't that weird? Now this is weird too. When you go like this, isn't that weird? It's like makes no difference. Right? Isn't that? But you can hear it doing different things every time. I mean, I don't know, right? Like, that's the weird thing. Now, here's the other weird thing that happens. I'm gonna turn VCO 1 level. Now, I'm gonna change the length of this to this, and we're just listening to this, right? When I turn that range up, it's just that. But then that affects this right here. Isn't that weird? Right? If I turn that down, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. It just makes no difference. It's super weird. Right? Now here's the other weird one. Watch this. Okay. I'm gonna move the length of this. We're just listening to sequence 1 right now. Okay, we're just listening to sequence 1. This is sequence 2, but it only has 3 notes, but it is, right? Unless this, for some reason, this is not working? Do you see how this is supposed to be on sequence 2? There's only 3 notes in sequence 2, but it is playing this. Is that wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Is there something weird going on here? So if you go like this, right? And go here. You see this? So now this is, it's like this is ignoring almost the sequence 1, right? Hopefully this is explaining this well, because this is really strange behavior. Even if I manipulate this doesn't make any difference. This literally is just playing these 3 notes, no matter what I do here. Now, but I know that this button will work, because watch this. The trig mix will work. It's better if I... let's just do, we're gonna make it easy. So it is working. Is it? So, you know, obviously, like, it's playing that rhythm. So, I don't know, like, is something wrong with it? Am I just totally off base in terms of my knowledge base of this? I can see nowhere that really goes into depth or explains this, but it seems to me that the way that this is set up is that this somehow only ever affects frequencies coming from this oscillator, and it has nothing to do with the CV values that are generated here, or I mean it is based on the CV values generated here, but it will affect the CV values generated here as well, but only based on what's happening up here. If that's the case, it's so weird that the manual doesn't explain any of this. Like, not a drop of this is explained, and I don't see it anywhere. Now, again, if this is the way it's supposed to work, that's fine, but, you know, I kind of get worried that, like, this is maybe something wrong. So hopefully this explains everything. You know, I mean, I didn't want to complicate it by playing it through any of these. All of this seems to be working fine, you know. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Thanks.